Hello, Mosem. Well, this not very directed Mosem, but he's one I've been kind of talking to the most. Um, the subject has been funny. I've been realizing our arguments that we've been having together has never been really against each other. The truth of the matter is this: we're arguing the same point from different, very, very different perspectives. For instance, I'm more concerned with the external views regarding the monetary system, right? Whereas you are more concerned with the internal views regarding the humanitarian system. I'm more regarding the events to come in the long run. You are more focused on the events to come in the short term to mid term period, and there's nothing wrong with both answers, or your view or my view is just the perspective that we're looking at it from, which is fairly understandable. And I do appreciate some of your comments and insults. That doesn't really bother me, but yeah, cool. Now, I, for one, have grown to greatly dislike someone, and that particular person is a man that calls himself Dr. Gono. He calls himself doctor. I don't know whether that's a board degree or genuinely earned degree, because the way this guy splashes out policies has got no reasons or sense. But I think the true ambition in his doctorate is how to steal money. Now, some people might be offended with a few things I've said. I don't really care. The reasons why is because this man lacks the basic audacity or intelligence to do basic maths. Now, why do I say this? It's because, for instance, let's look at a scenario. The money inflation scenario is crazy because it increases basically every day. Transport, the price of transport changes at least 3 times a week. You can find your transport will be lower during the daytime. By the nighttime, you're paying maybe double their same amount. It is crazy, it is mental, it is insane. But why I say this man lacks intelligence is because of this. What happens is this: he puts out a policy where he asks banks to cap the amounts that a person can withdraw from a bank per day at 500,000 Zim dollars. To people who are not within the country, they'll think that's a lot of money. Unfortunately, that's peanuts, but that's besides the point. The main point is this: basic transport just to get to work. Now, just to get to work, it is 1 million Zim dollars. By now, it has gone up. But it's 1 million. So it's double the amount that you're allowed to withdraw. Most banks have shortages on withdrawals, so people can't withdraw their money because there's no cash in the bank. There are queues of people. Some people even sleep overnight to make sure that they get the money early so that they're able to go to work. This is a system being run under Mr. Gono, Mr. Doctor, I don't care. He's unintelligent. But anyways, this is a system being run by this man. Now, let me give him the education that he missed when he was younger. At JJC to O-level to A-level stages, money is taught in these terms. Money is or acts as a medium of trade. Look at any JJC commerce book or O-level or A-level book. It's a medium of trade. If you understand that basic principle, then you understand that the way you issue money is so that people are able to trade goods and services, goods for services, or whichever. Because unfortunately, barter has got its own faults. For example, it's not divisible, it is heavy, and all sorts. Go back to ZJC. But beyond the O-level stage, of the monetary system for people to understand. We should understand it at the doctorate level. The doctorate level is basic and simple. People think it's complicated being a doctor, but it's not. It's just basic and simple. At a doctorate level, this is what money is. Money is debt. It's issued as debt from the central bank to the major banks and to the government. It's issued as debt. From the major banks, they issue it to other companies as debt. These companies in turn use the money and give it to workers, where workers you get debt to pay for mortgages, and the debt cycle happens that way. Now, yet whether the system is good or bad, for it to work, people are meant to believe in one, the currency. Number two, people are meant to work for the currency. Unfortunately, people don't believe in the Zim currency and people don't work for the Zim currency. So the whole infrastructure collapses, Mr. Gono. If you don't understand that, then you should go back to ZJC. Now, I would blame the external world, but let's look at it internally, because I'm more concerned now with internal problems. The external world has got its own issues, but the internal ones are more dire. Right. So now we've looked at the internal situation. That is what the function of money is. What are you supposed to do? Number one, you should stop buying your fancy cars. You should stop having fancy houses. You should stop sending your children to fancy schools. Okay, let them get educated, but hey, you don't have to buy them the flat or the X5. They don't need that shit. They need to just get educated. Come back and build the country. Number three, now this is what needs to happen in Zimbabwe. More money should not be pumped into companies or into all these silly schemes. More money should be pumped to people who are farming. Now, if farmers are being owned by your friends and your comrades, the money should not be transferred to them. In fact, they should actually lease the lands to people who would genuinely work on the land and promote more food for its own people. Not GM foods, own food. Not international foods, home foods, right? If you are truly trying to make Zimbabwe an independent country, not a dependent country, interdependence is cool, but independence is a lot better, believe me, to start off with, till you understand how the whole system works. Now, I'm running out of time. I've only got 3 minutes, but this is how we're going to do this, Mr. Gono. Right? You want to get educated, I'm going to educate you. I'm going to make you understand. You are meant to give the money a value. You are meant to make people value the money. The fact that you let people trade in another country's currency makes our people, my people, your people, our friends, my sister, my brother, my aunt, be enslaved to another nation. Now, if that is what you call independence, my friend, then you are a bigger fool than I thought. Right? We have to break away from this financial enslavement. This is not right. You look at us. We trade in the US dollar. Do you even understand what the US dollar is? Okay, fine. I want you to do me one small favor, Mr. Gono. I know you've got broadband. Hopefully you do understand how to use the internet. This is what you do. You pick up the US dollar, right? You see that big triangle? Yes, that big triangle. We call it a pyramid. Understand what that pyramid means. Understand the words that are said in Latin, what they mean. Understand why you have that eye on top of that little pyramid. Understand why you have those Roman numerals on the bottom base of the pyramid, right? Understand what that US dollar stands for, that you let your people trade in. When you understand that, you understand the biggest mistake that you have caused our people. You're a fool, Gono. The biggest one that I know, and not an intelligent one either, just because of your greed.